establishments concludes meeting in Port Harcourt.
The decisions reached here extend far beyond this meeting hall. They influence the structure and effectiveness of our institutions, the career development of public servants.
Top stories tonight. 48th National Conference on Establishments concludes meeting in Port Harcourt.
The decisions reached here extend far beyond this meeting hall. They influence the structure and effectiveness of our institutions, the career development of public servants.
Nigeria Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission inaugurates Host Community Development Trust for PML 66.
Each committee has identified and stated clearly what their priorities and priority projects are.
Plus, the Nigeria Customs Service holds its 2026 Public Relations Conference in Port Harcourt.
Good evening, it's good to have you join us for the Prime News at 7 on NTA Port Harcourt. I am Joy Uzo. Eunice Moses is the sign language interpreter, and countryman Boma Igbanibo is also standing by for the Pidgin English translation.
Listen to how you take up.
Transmission of the news can also be viewed on our social media platforms via Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, currently showing on your screen. Like our page across the platforms to get updates of our news and programs. Proper waste disposal and regular desilting of drains help prevent flooding and reduce the risk of waterborne diseases. So keep your environment clean and green. To the main news. As citizens continue to seek stronger institutions and repositioning of the nation's workforce, attention at the 48th National Council on Establishments is moving towards enthroning policy reforms that will promote performance and transparency in the civil service. Kingsley Amajiri reports that the head of civil service of the Federation, Didi Wilson Jack, expressed federal government's commitment to meeting the expectations of changing times. The report.
The 48th National Council on Establishments meeting hosted by Real Estate Government provides a platform for the federal government and 36 state governments to champion reforms and harmonize issues relating to the civil service.
This gathering brings together the finest minds in public administration and human resource management across the Federation, whose collective decisions continue to shape the future of Nigeria's public service.
Behind every government policy, there is a workforce responsible for turning the policies into action. According to the head of civil service of the Federation, Didi Wilson Jack, the strength, efficiency, or otherwise of the public service can determine whether the development plans succeed or fail to become realities that improve citizens' lives.
The decisions reached here extend far beyond this meeting hall. They influence the structure and effectiveness of our institutions, the career development of public servants, and ultimately the quality of services delivered to Nigerians.
Governor Fumawa, who declared the event open, enjoined the council to prioritize policies that reward performance, promote transparency, and improve efficient service delivery.
Let your decision produce practical, forward-looking, and implementable recommendation that will strengthen institutional capacity, promote transparency, deepen professionalism, and improve productivity throughout the Nigerian public service.
Away from the hectic deliberations, the Rivers State government treated the delegates to a dinner where it also showcased the state's rich culture. In Port Harcourt, James C. NTA News.
Similarly, the head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Mrs. Didi Esther Wilson-Jack, says the Niger Delta Development Commission's ongoing digitization initiative aligns with the federal government's civil service reforms agenda, which proposes paperless public service by December this year. She made the remark while leading delegates of the 48th National Council on Establishments on a visit to the Commission's headquarters in Port Harcourt. Jennifer C. reports.
Represented by the Permanent Secretary, Service Policies and Strategies, Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Ishaku Mohammed, Mrs. Wilson-Jack noted that the Commission's ongoing digitization drive demonstrates its commitment to the federal government's directive to ministries, departments, and agencies to transition to a paperless system by December. She stressed the need for sustained collaboration between the Commission and the Federal Civil Service, noting that government policies and reforms have direct implications for the operations of the NDDC.
In response to the digitalization initiative that is captured inside the Federal Civil Service Strategy and Implementation Plan 2021 to 2025, and the charge by the head of the civil service to put a deadline that all MDAs should go paperless by 31st December. So the Niger Delta Development Commission has been responsive to that, and that's why the digitalization efforts of the Niger Delta is accelerated.
The Managing Director of GDC, Dr. Samuel Obuko, represented by the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Alabo Bumaya, said the present board and management have repositioned the Commission through transparency, accountability, and impactful service delivery. He stated that the Commission has regained public confidence through the successful execution of projects across the Niger Delta, including the completion of over 100 kilometers of roads within the last 3 years, alongside several interventions in education, healthcare, and human capital development.
As a big, we are trying to reduce paperwork in the end. What we do now is digital. We have used the advantage of technology to go digital. Our contract agreements are signed online. Everything in legal is online. The accounting system is going digital, and I know that in a few months, everything in NDDC will go digital. We're going paperless, and that directive came from the federal government. So we're proud to say that we're one of the agencies that have first embraced that, and we're doing well in terms of digitalization.
The delegation included heads of service from states across the Federation who are in River State for the 48th Annual National Council on Establishment Conference. In Port Harcourt, Jennifer, NTA News.
In another development, Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, in collaboration with Ingenusia Energies, have inaugurated an 8-member board of trustees for the PML 66 Host Communities Development Trust for Ebolon, Umelewa, and Agada 1 communities of Abua Odwa local government area in River State. The board is to drive the development plan for the 3% derivation for oil producing communities development trust. Usnachi Samuel reports.
The The administration of oath of office on the board signals the commencement of disbursement of the funds for the development plans already agreed upon following needs assessments by the operator in Joshua Energies and the communities. For decades, many oil-producing communities in Abua Odua local government area have grappled with little or no infrastructure. The Petroleum Industry Act seeks to change this narrative through establishment of host community development trusts, which dedicate 3% of the operating budget of oil and gas companies towards the sustainable development of host communities.
Each committee has identified and stated clearly what their priorities are, the priority projects are. So we expect the community, the board of trustees to take this, run with it, and with the funds we have made available, begin to execute these projects as per the needs of each of the communities.
Representatives of River State government, traditional rulers, and community leaders commend the initiative. They are hopeful that the funds will be judiciously utilized to provide roads, schools, healthcare facilities, potable water, electricity, and other critical infrastructure to improve quality of life of the people.
I've worked across so many communities in Niger Delta, but these three communities, if you visit them, you have a feel of what poverty is all about. Sorry without any incentive for debating them. There are communities that need serious developmental interventions, and with the coming of injunction to their communities, so like heaven has come to them. We immediately hit the ground running by revisiting our dilapidated government secondary school neighborhood, the community health center, and one that take a ring road around the community.
Awards of excellence and impactful leadership were presented to some outstanding partners. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
And on security matters, Nigeria Customs Public Relations Conference has ended in Port Harcourt with commitment to fully institutionalize scientific and stakeholder-driven communications framework to drive revenue generation. Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, made the commitments while declaring the conference closed. Robinson Dorotade has the details.
Officers from different zones and areas of the Nigeria Customs Service gathered in Port Harcourt to brainstorm on the theme realigning corporate communication as a strategic driver of institutional effectiveness and public trust. Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, leveraging his experience as the longest-serving public relations officer in the history of Nigeria Customs, noted that when reforms and policies are strategically communicated, it strengthens compliance and enhances public trust.
As we depart this conference, I join to challenge conventional thinking, exchange ideas, and return to commence inspired, motivated, and charged to build a stronger communication culture that supports operational excellence and brings ongoing public trust. We wish to remain where information travels and with better speech. Public affairs will shape the real time in institutional commitment to be passionate and what we do, but also on how effectively we communicate our actions.
National Public Relations Officer of Customs, Abdullahi Mirada, joined by other stakeholders, stressed the need to move from reactive to proactive reporting of issues. They also urged the Nigeria Customs to make communication a priority at the planning stage of every policy.
Over the next 2 days, we have examined our corporate communication, how corporate communication can move beyond supporting institutional activities to become an integral part of institutional planning, operational execution, and strategic decision making. Every operational success deserves effective communication, and every reform without public understanding.
We need to incorporate communications as an integral part. It's no longer an afterthought or a conduit for passing information passively, but it should be a key consideration at the top hierarchy, at management level.
Nigerian Customs Service has continued to play a vital role in building generations, better security, care facilities and protections of the national economy. Those practical responsibilities require effective communications that will inform, educate and bring confidence among Nigerians.
Public relations is no longer a leadership function. It has taken the next level of leadership function. And that's why we are now seeing public relations people in strategic places of leadership.
Officers who were outstanding at the training and another long-serving officer of the Public Relations Unit were recognized, while the Controller General was presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award. In Port Harcourt, Robinson Deratede, NTA News.
While the Rivers State Police commanders arrested 4 suspected members of a notorious kidnapping syndicate with a safe rescue of the victim and the recovery of the gang's operational vehicle. The operation followed the abduction of Mrs. Ikechukwu, aged 35, who was abducted by the armed men on Saturday, July 11, 2026, while attending to customers at a shop. The kidnappers reportedly whisked her away in a white-tinted minibus. Acting swiftly on the report, operatives of the Violent Crime Response Unit, Rivers State, launched an intensive intelligence-driven investigation following the directives of the Commissioner of Police, Rivers State Command. You're watching NTA Port Harcourt Prime News at 7. So far in the news, we informed you that the 48th National Council on Establishments meeting has ended in Port Harcourt. We also reported that the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission has inaugurated Host Communities Development Trust for PML 66. We have other stories after this commercial break. Stay with us.
Omega Power Ministries OPM Worldwide presents Dr. Jesus Life with Coconut, August edition. It is a night of a new beginning, where God Himself fights all our battles, breaks every chains of limitations, scatters every enemies of our destinies, restores all that we have lost, releases undeniable testimonies unto us, realigns us to the path of greatness, and establishes us in lasting victory. Date, Friday, 7th August 2026. Time, 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue, OPM Headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Border Island, River State, Nigeria. Come with your coconut, ready to pray, and let the God of a new beginning make all things new in your life. OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
Welcome to Liberty House Hotels, a home away from home. At Liberty Hotels, our services meet international standard with well-furnished rooms, restaurants and bars to suit your taste and class. Check out our mouth-watering African dishes and intercontinental cuisines. Our rooms are spacious, standard and executive. Your comfort and safety guaranteed. Liberty House is at Eagle Island off Liberty Avenue and number 41 Alexander Street off Alta George by Ajib, with a beautiful lounge, massage room and barbing saloon to make your stay memorable. We have 24 hours power supply to ensure you get value for your time with us. Visit us today at Eagle Island off Liberty Avenue and number 41 Alexander Street off Alta George by Ajib, Via River State University. For booking and reservation, call 080-6371-2346. Liberty House Hotels, a special place to be.
With gratitude to the Almighty God, we, the family of late Chief Samson Wale, Olomati of Rumadi Community of Bogoro Town, Obuapo Local Government Area, River State, and Goji family of Umwasa Community, Ishikwato Local Government Area of Abia State, announced the demise of our beloved son, brother, uncle, in-law, and father, late Chief James Ezemela Wale, whose sudden death occurred on the 10th of April 2026 after a brief illness. Burial arrangement, Saturday 25th July 2026, 8:30 a.m. Body departs Ashes to Ashes Mortuary, Old GRA, Port Harcourt. 10 a.m. Body arrives Olumati Family Hall and received by chiefs and elders of Rumadi community, Obogoro Town, Ebiapo local government area. 11 a.m. Funeral service at Community Primary School, Obogoro. 12 noon, interment. Signed, Mr. Aliko Wali, USA, Chief Mona. May his gentle soul rest in the bosom of the Lord.
The families of Engineer Akambari James Uwedo of Umukweke, Ndashi, River State, and the late A.K. Ekigwe Okuruma, Ugo, Pala, Imo State, announced the demise of their beloved wife, mother, aunt, mother-in-law, and grandmother, Mrs. Grace Adanta Uwedo, Ekigwe, who passed at the age of 70. Burial arrangement, Saturday, 25th July 2026. Her body leaves Modern Belingo Funeral Home, number 1 Shell Location Road, Igorota, at 7 a.m. for lying in state at the Uwodu Family Compound, Umukweke, Ndashi, Eche. Funeral service will be held at St. James Anglican Church, Umuwori, Umucham, Ndashi, Eche, by 11 a.m. followed immediately by interment at the Uwodu Family Compound, Umukweke, Ndashi. Sunday, 26 July, 10 a.m. Thanksgiving service at St. James Anglican Church, Umuwori, Umucham, Ndashi, Eche, in River State. This is signed by Engineer Akambari James Uwodo for the family.
Welcome back. Now, Sleek Angels International School has held its graduation and prize-giving ceremony with the aim of celebrating academic excellence and outstanding achievements among its students. Chidima Munke reports that Philip Somoshen of Abril was honored as the overall best student of the year, while Mr. Oluwashim Akimolenyo was recognized as the best staff of the year. A report.
With a grand procession of the graduates elegantly dressed, as proud parents, teachers, and invited guests applauded their remarkable achievements. The event featured a variety of educational and entertainment activities, including drama presentations, debates, mental tests, and speeches. The performances showcase the pupils' and students' intellectual ability, creativity, confidence, and effective communication skills, earning admiration from the audience.
Minus 41 plus 1 minus 7 plus 2 plus 7 minus 10 plus 2 plus 7 minus 10 plus 9.
Speaking at the event, the director of Sleek Angels International School, Dr. Christy Atako, congratulated the graduates on reaching an important milestone in their academic journey. She also urged them to be worthy ambassadors of the school by upholding the values of excellence, integrity, and good character in all their endeavors. Parents and guests express appreciation to the management and teachers for their dedication to nurturing the pupils academically and morally. The highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of certificates, prizes, and awards to outstanding students in recognition of their exceptional performances in academics and other areas of excellence. The celebration ended on a joyful note as the graduates praised their
And up next is Pidgin translation with Bamai Banibo. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Country people,
On a welcome again to Nigeria Television Authority Channel 10 Dakwa. The story has to happen now. So for this evening, my name is Nabuma Ibanibo. 48th time, when civil servants them from different ministries, they come together for inside the River State to hold a meeting. How they will manage to make sure say government offices for the 36 states then, they do better work. In fact, this one way they do so, now to tell people say when government they bring idea, the civil servants there, now they carry forward those ideas there. The governor will be similar program me now open this meeting to make sure say they do what they're supposed to do. Head of the federal or the civil servants for inside Nigeria will be did the work in charge. Now think about say the reason why they do this one, now to make sure say civil servants when for inside the Peter and inside the order of Nigeria, they do better work according to how government want make them do. Different people for as it concern oil and gas matter, they don't come together. Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, they don't join body with Ingentia Energy. This one when they do so, they don't bring out the 8 members for where they call their board. For inside Abua, they call Evenom, Omelema, and the Ghana community there. For inside the Abua Owa local government area. This one what they do, now to make sure say the money where oil and gas they bring for all this community then, and as the one where we say this community where they for, now then we make sure say they use the money well, so that they will bring the school, they will bring the hospital, they will bring the different things like we wrote today, to make sure say the money where they bring, they can do better work. All the top people for inside the custom, they don't come together to hold meeting to see how they will take make sure say they work better. In fact, this matter when they come together, so and as to make sure say the custom people, the everything the government bring out, where they will do well. And they don't talk and say now, they're not going to do it for black and white again, they will do it for inside the computer, where they call science way, so that everybody will know. Say today, custom, not as it used to be before, things don't change. And then what? Everybody will see. Whether it's over Nigeria, I be there for abroad. You go know what's in Nigeria, custom, and then they do. Country people. And also we can say, tomorrow, on a weekend, we go straight to Allah on a good evening.